Hello everyone, welcome back to Ifechi family. How are you all doing today? I hope you're good. From the title, you know what I'm going to be talking about today, and that is a legacy. What are we leaving behind for each other? And today I'm going to talk about couples, husband and wife. And I like to use a Bible verse or verses, but the first one I want to use today is 2 Timothy 4 verse 7, which says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Will your spouse say this about you when you are gone? Will you yourself say this to yourself in your sick bed, or when you know that the time is drawing near? That's assuming you are well with it and you know that this illness I may not recover from it. Will you say this wholeheartedly, that you have fought the good fight, you have kept finished the race, and you have kept the faith? That's a very important question to answer. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 12, which says that one can be overpowered, but two together can put up resistance. So what legacy are we leaving behind for our spouses? Very good question. Is it a case of, oh, thank God that he's gone, oh, thank God that she's gone? Or will you look back and miss each other and say, oh, when I talk about legacy, let me make it clear now. I'm not talking about, because once we talk about legacy, what did you leave for us? People were thinking of the will, what is in the will, and all that. I'm not talking about material things today, because obviously with the will and material things, automatically, most of the time anyway, it will come to either of the spouses. So I'm not talking about that today. What I'm talking about today is actually our behavior, the way we lived our lives with our spouses. What would they miss us for if one goes before the other? But that's what we're not praying, that both will go together. But if one goes before the other, what would the other person left behind? What would they be saying? That's a very big question, and an important question for us all to answer. Those who are married, and even those who are not married, who are wishing in future to get married, it's also beneficial for you to listen to this. So we have to live our legacy and live our life into the so that people will live, or the person we leave behind will actually look back or think about us and say, oh, I wish he's here, or I wish he's here. This would not have happened, and all the rest of it. We're all so different. Just like myself and my husband, we're so different. And then we understand each other because we've been married for so many years. So we now understand each other so well. And remember, marriage is about two people starting initially. We have grown-up sons. They've all grown and gone. So when we started, it was just two of us. Now it's just two of us because they're grown and gone. And that's what is good. Imagine if we don't get on, or if we don't care about each other. How can two of us be seeing each other in the house all the time? It will be a big problem. But because we understood each other, we've understood each other over the years, it's very easy for us to do that. I want to tell a little story. This is a story about a woman who went to church with her husband, and the pastor was praying, and he now asked for all the widows in the church to come out for prayers. So this woman literally got up and was going, and her husband pulled her back and said, "Did you not hear what the pastor said? He said the widows." And his wife just literally looked at him and said, I'll say it in Igbo language, my language, because it makes it carry, anybody who understands my language, but I'll interpret it anyway. So the woman literally just took her husband's hand away from her and said, Hafugamaka, iha hear your window. There's a dialect in Igbo land, when you speak it in that dialect, it makes it even more funny. It said, Hafugamaka, iha hear your window, meaning, leave me alone. Are you actually alive? So she just went for that prayers anyway. The rest, you can imagine. And there's another one, the other way around, where the man and his wife more or less fought on a Sunday morning, and because of the disagreement they had, the woman refused to go to church with him. And So when he came back, when her husband came back from the church service, the first thing he did was to go and carry the wife up and lifted her up. And the wife was like, wow, we fought before he left because maybe that's the way he wants to make up with me. So she was actually happy that he was lifted up. But she didn't know the main reason why she was lifted up. So after a while, she said to her husband, actually, tell me, why did you lift me up when you came back from the church? And the husband said, well, I have to tell you the truth. The pastor in the church said that when we reach home, that we should lift up our burden or our problems up unto God. And that's exactly why I lifted you up. So you can now imagine, what happens next in that house. Anyway, it's like a story, but I'm sure this actually happens. People think that their spouses are their problems. If that is the case, then what's the point? Why did you actually get married to each other? If you think that your spouse is your problem, let's think about this. There are the things that causes problem in families or in marriages or with spouses are very simple things. Lack of understanding, lack of communication, and so on. So let's think about this. And another story, another small one I want to tell before I round up is a woman, people knew that she never gets on with her husband. So when her husband passed away, she was crying because they always fought and they always abuse and verbally abuse each other and so on. So when he passed away, the woman was crying so much. And one of her friends picked up courage to ask her, do you really miss him? Because the way you talk to each other, the way you wish that each other was not around when he was alive, I thought you'd be happy that he's gone. Why do you really miss him? So the woman literally wiped away her tears and said, no, I don't. I'm only crying because the person that pays the school fees for our children is gone. The person that does this and that for our children is gone. It's not even a case of missing him as her husband passed away, or that the husband looks after her. No, it's about the children. So this is very, 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 very wrong. Marriage, the children are blessings that just add on. So we have to know that it's two people started and two people are going to finish. By the grace of God, we are praying that every couple will live long to their old age. When their children are gone, it will just be two of them like we are now. That's my prayer for everyone. So I'm going to conclude by saying, remember what I said before. One can be overpowered, but two together can put up resistance. That's in Ecclesiastes 8 verse 12. And I want to conclude with Ephesians 4, 2-3. Conduct yourselves with all humility, gentleness, and patience. Accept each other with love and make effort to preserve the unity of the Spirit with peace that ties you together. Let me say it again. Conduct yourselves with all humility, gentleness, and patience. Accept each other with love and make every effort to preserve the unity of the Spirit with the peace that ties you together. You can go and read it yourself. That's in Ephesians 4, 2-3. Please, let's think about this. Legacy. What legacy are we leaving behind for each other, husband and wife? And those who are not yet married is something you also need to start thinking about. God bless you. Please share this video. Give me a thumbs up. I've noticed that my thumbs up people forget, I think, to give a thumbs up. Please do that. It helps with the videos. Thank you so much once again. And God bless you. And I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.